Hello, everyone. I am terribly, terribly sorry about the 1 o'clock. You guys know me about time. And I was in the middle of something came up, and I totally forgot about it. Totally forgot about it. And so I just pushed it back to 5. I'm trying to rearrange my schedule now because I'm getting to the gym. Start getting to the gym four times a week now that everything's sort of going back to normal here. So what's up, Jewel, Amina, Jimmy, Sal? What's going on? Hello, hello. All right, we're gonna get started in a few minutes. Begin with introductions like I always do. Oh, I gotta set this timer too. 1 second here. All right, because I gotta make sure I end this live at a particular. Oh man, it's just All right, there we go. What's up, E-Man? What's up, Ricky? Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host. And while I'm at it, when people come in here, let me just, you know what? Let me put the link. While we're waiting for the people to get in here, I'm gonna do a couple things here. 1 second, just to make sure everybody gets the notification. Okay, 1 second. I should have had all this ready because I don't like waiting. I like to get into it. Yeah, I can sing. Yeah, I sure can. You're right about that. All right. Come on, hello. Catch up. Wow, this thing is really slow when that camera's running. Okay, here we go. All right, there's the live, and where'd I put that? Welcome, everybody. I'm here. I'm just doing a couple things while we're waiting for people to get in here. All right, let me put this in there, just in case. If you guys didn't know, the shirts were on sale. There's the link, just in case. What's up, Alex? Nicer Cupcakes. What's going on? What's up, Gabriel? Just in case you guys didn't know, shirts are on sale. First edition, the main statement that will lead all the t-shirts to follow, because I got hundreds of statements to put on shirts. So that means hundreds of shirts. All right. And what's the most valuable thing on the shirt? It will be the statement, because there will be no other state. You won't see statements like that on other shirts. You'll just be like, you'll never see that. Okay. That's what makes it valuable, the statement itself, because a couple of things. The shirt will wear out before the statement does, because the statement will be timeless, right? Because math is timeless. So it's just amazing. Just amazing. All right. What's up, Omanike? Yes. I know you guys you know how I am about my time, and I know you guys are gonna get on me about that, because I never do that. So I mean, not never, but it happens every now and then. What's up, Aaron? What's up? What's up? You guys cracked me up with that first thing. I don't know what that is. I see a lot of people do that. I'm first. But I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Okay. All right. Let me introduce myself. My name is LJ Young, and I'm 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where slaves live. Now, there's two kinds of slaves: unconscious slaves and conscious slaves. Unconscious slaves don't trust math and don't know they don't trust math. Okay. So if you believe you're a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, you obviously don't trust math, right? Because if you put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, the calculator will clearly tell you that you're not a homeowner. All right. And then there's conscious slaves. Conscious slaves were once unconscious, believed the American dream of home ownership with a 30-year mortgage. Okay. I'm just laughing because that was me. It's just funny to think about, right? I don't know how I didn't see that. I was a college educated slave. That's what it was. Anyway, they added up their savings, added up their debt, savings minus debt, and hit equal on the calculator, saw that it was in the deep negative, and they said, oh shit, that means I have no money, right? That's what the calculator says. And if I have no money, that means I'm a what? Slave. All right. Now, but you're conscious of it because you know that if you're deep in debt, you own absolutely nothing. The car, the house, nothing. You know, if you're anything, put it this way, anything you're making payments on, you don't own. Okay. Period. That's how it works. Right. And if you're one of those people that adds like the value of their home into their financial portfolio, you're adding in money from a house you don't own into your portfolio. That breaks all the laws of mathematics. All right. Anyway, they're doing what it takes to get to zero. They're working overtime. Now they kind of, conscious slaves will kind of look like slaves, you know, begging for overtime, taking any extra hours, because that's what slaves do until retirement. But conscious slaves are doing it temporarily. They're doing it so they can get out of debt fast, quit the job, and do whatever it is. Because quit the job if they hate their job. If they hate their job, they're going to quit it, and then they're going to do what they love. All right. Conscious slaves work at places they like, not they don't like. All right. That was me. I was what you call a high value slave, just like the debt matrix. This is how the debt matrix describes a high value person, right? 6-figure earner, college educated, nice house, nice car, 2.5 kids, and a nice house, blah, blah, blah. You are somehow a high valued person. I had all that, reached that goal. And then once I reached there, I was like, something's missing. That was me. I was a high value slave. All right. And then I figured out, the bank told me that I was a slave, right? And that's a long story. But I woke up, added up my savings, added up my debt, hit the calculator. And thanks to Dave. First, I found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey basically said, take the math that you learned in grade school, apply it to your finances, and you'll win with money. So that's what I did. He said, these are the baby steps you do. And when you use math, follow these baby steps and you'll be free. That's what I did. I took the knowledge that I learned from Mr. Ramsey. I stripped out religion because religion has nothing to do with mathematics. I stripped out the part where he says, as soon as you get down to your mortgage, start putting away 15% of retirement. But according to the laws of mathematics, if you put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, you have 15% of nothing to put away for anything. So that's what the laws of mathematics say. So I strip all that's not the stuff that goes against the laws of mathematics out. And then I give you the basics. And then once you come here, you'll realize it's a financial superpower. Okay. You'll wake up and be like, oh, wait a minute, I'm free? Yeah, I'm free to do whatever I want to do. Yep, follow all the rules. Don't do no tax evasion. Don't be hiding money and all this other. You don't have to do none of that. That's all a lie. You know how the people in the debt matrix have you scared of the IRS and the tax man and all this other stuff. That's a lie. All you got to do is follow the rules. If you follow the rules, you don't have to be scared of nobody. Okay. You just say they clearly have the rules posted on their website. Say, hey, if you do this, you got to do this. All right, cool. Right. What's up, Rainy Woman, top shelf? All right. So now, since I got out of the debt matrix, now this is what I do. I created SMD. SMD helps change people's lives. I'm LJ. SMD is separate. SMD is a family. It's not just me. Yes, I'm the founder of it, but I am not SMD. SMD is a family. And what is the SMD family? Never break the laws of mathematics when it comes to basically the statement on the first shirt. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it cannot make financial sense. CNTS. All right. It cannot. So anybody that don't trust the laws of mathematics, they cannot be a SMD family member because you have to trust the laws of mathematics. All right. You do that, you will win. You will be rich, wealthy, whatever you want to be. It's totally up to you. I mean, don't look at TV and think that's what wealth and rich is. That's TV. Okay. Those are screenwriters. They're writing stuff for you to believe. It's like most of these financial channels on YouTube, right? They have the fancy camera and the fancy background and blah, blah, blah. That's no different than the TV show. Remember Bill Cosby show when we were kids? When you're a kid, you really believe that's a house. Even grown-ups, they really believe that's the living room, believe that's a kitchen, believe they went upstairs to the bedroom. That's a stage. But if you watch it long enough, you'll start to believe it's their house. That's the same thing with the majority of the financial channels. All you got to do is listen to them. Any financial channel that tells you things that make absolutely no mathematical sense, that means that they're not telling you what you need to know. So this is how you know if you're watching a financial channel that is not good. Okay, they're telling you mathematical incorrect information. You take You take you log into your online credit report, whatever that is, Credit Karma, Experian, whatever. You write down that large negative, that large number that pops up in your face when you log in, and then put a negative in front of it. Take that number, write it down on a piece of paper, and put a negative in front of it. And then, and I want, before you go to your financial channel, this is what I want you to say to yourself. Go to the mirror and say, this is how much money I have to do anything that they're going to tell me to do. All right. Say it one more time. You look at the paper, negative 100,000, whatever, and you say, this is how much money I have to do whatever they're telling me to do. Okay. All right, so let's get to the topic. All right, and this was I was thinking, I keep seeing this all the time, and even when I was in the debt matrix, I didn't fall into these categories, right? So they got these categories called baby boomers, Generation X, and I guess 1965 to 80. I guess that's me. Millennials, and then there's one further, but they're young kids. So I'm just going to stick to the Generation Z, uh, Millennials, Generation X, and baby boomers, right? I want you guys to understand something. When they open these categories up, I want you to say, who created those categories? Who says I'm that? Because once you get out of debt, you'll look at those categories and say, who made those up? Because that doesn't describe me at all. I'm free. Because this is what they're telling you. Each generation do something different. They do, this generation did this generation. That's designed to fool you. It keeps slaves' minds busy to believe that stuff, right? What they're really saying, you step out the debt matrix, they're saying different generations don't know what 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, let's start with baby boomers. You think baby boomers know what 1 + 1 = 2? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Go to Generation X. What about same thing? Yeah, yeah. So it's all that certain generations didn't trust math. They all don't trust math. They're no different. Slaves are slaves. If you allow yourself to be put in one of those categories, that's your problem. That's absolutely your problem. You don't have to be there. That just keeps the slaves busy. Like, because every time I read these online articles about debt and stuff like that, they break it down, how many percentage have student loan, and then the Generation X did this, Generation Z did. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. None of it means anything. None of it means anything. None of it. The younger you are to get this, you're going to be free. All you got to do is don't follow what slaves do. Anything financial that a slave tells you to do something, you ask them, where did you learn that from? Make them tell you specifically. 9 times out of 10, they just heard it. If you got somebody that says, "Oh, I'm Gen X," or whatever, who you got to turn to them and say, "Who told you are that? Who said that? The internet? The internet told you you will belong to the. If you're born between this year and this year, you're this." Says who? They always try to, and also when you're young, they always try to make you uh, think about the future. They always do that. Oh, wait, man, think about your future. The future doesn't exist. The future can only be created right now, today. That's the only time. So here, let me give you an example so you can get an example for looking in the future. If you uh, go rob a bank and get caught, your future is prison. So you don't do that. So, but if you want a nice future, okay, let me go get a job, save my money. Don't finance shit, because a job is a tool. It's nothing more than that. You don't go there to say, "Hey, what kind of retirement plans here you got there?" Because you don't care, because you're not going to be retiring from that place. You're just going there, get the money, and then you're going to build your own debt free. You don't. Hey, when they try, hey, let's sit down and hey, you want to, and especially here's the company that try to say, hey, why don't you you can, since you work for us, you can get some stock at a reduced rate than on the market, and blah blah blah. So in other words, they're going to pay you, and then you're going to give them the money that they paid you right back to them. It doesn't even make any sense. But if you're in debt, say like you have student loan debt, right? and you get a brand new job, and then the job says, hey, why don't you can get some stock here, it's worth this, whatever they say it is, it's worth this, but you can get it at a reduced price. This is what I want you to say to yourself: I have student loan debt, I can't buy anything. But if you go ahead and decide you do, you're not making any money because you have no money. I always try to give this example. Aaron's right, just over broke. And I remember hearing that in the when I lived in the debt matrix, right? And I thought to myself, I never really understood that. I thought they were talking about people making 30,000, 20,000 working at McDonald's. No, it doesn't matter your salary. Okay. All right, slaves, don't get mixed up thinking if somebody's a doctor or a lawyer or somebody that makes six figures, that job doesn't count to them because they're making six figures. That's not true. All right, here's the example so you can understand what job means. All right, so imagine you are in a one-person blow-up raft in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, just you, and it's a blow-up raft that you buy from Walmart, and you're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and you have a paddle. You have one paddle. Okay, the Atlantic Ocean is your debt. The boat, the one-person blow-up raft, is your job. So if that raft gets popped or something like that, guess what? You sink in your debt. You die. You financially die. That's what JOB, because people need to picture that. You need to know what that means. JOB, just over broke. You're floating over your debt. You're staying afloat because of your job. You lose your job, you sink. Now, if you take if you take this story, what I just told you, all you got to do is just believe it, trust it. This is what you got to do. Open up your calculator, put in your savings minus your debt, student loans, mortgage, tickets, back child support, restitution, whatever. Add it all up. And then I want you to hit savings minus debt and then hit equal. That's how much it's going to cost you for your freedom. Right there. That's how much it's going to cost you. If you want to stop floating in the just over broke boat and you don't want to sink, that's your price. If you want a bigger boat, that's your price. Hey, you get zero, you won't even need a boat because there will be no debt. Now, when you come here to SMD, I want you to understand something. I'm right. I'm not guessing. I'm not sort of kind of know. I know exactly. I'm never wrong when it comes to personal finances. I'm never, ever, ever wrong. Why? Because I trust a calculator. Now, you probably think when I say wrong, you think, oh, I'm going to do a mathematical error. No, I'm going to use the calculator. I'm not going to use my brain. Why would I use that power? Why would I use my brain power when I have a calculator in my hand? That makes absolutely no sense. When you're younger, I know they make it sound like and I think this is on purpose, honestly. When you're younger, people make you seem like you're stupid if you have to use a calculator. Have you noticed that? If you have to pull out a calculator, people will get this way about them, like, oh, damn, you don't know what that. No, I don't. That's why I'm using it. You'll get over that. You won't care. You'll break it out at the dinner table. Say like you want to calculate your tip, right? 15%. So when I'm at the table, I break out my calculator. What's 15% of this price? I don't be guessing. I don't care who's looking. You got to get over that, because you got to remember, the majority of people, 97% of people are in debt. Those people obviously don't use their calculator, obviously, or else they wouldn't be in debt. Exactly. Is my math right? Loud packs. Right. If this is you want to be free, man. Hey, you found the right channel, because there is no other channel like this one on YouTube. If you thought you were in a particular group, the Gen X and the baby boomers and all this, I got to look at the list here. Millennials and because have you noticed they're talking about the millennials overly. They're like shoving that shit down your throat. Millennials this, millennials this, millennials this, millennials that. Hey, take yourself out of that category. You get out of debt, you will clearly see that that group is made up, specifically made for people who are going to believe that they are millennials. People walk around calling themselves millennials. They're, hey, I'm a millennial. Who told you you're a millennial? Who said that? The internet? I think it's hilarious. Hey, I'm a millennial. You got student loan debt? Yeah, you're just a slave. I guess you're a millennial who's a slave, I guess. Whatever name you want to put on yourself. And it's getting bad too, man. Sometimes I got to just shut shit down. I'm glad I'm starting gym, man, because I got to break away from some of this stuff. I gotta. I'm happy to get back in the gym 4 times a week, man. Because I mean, you guys have no idea how bad they're shoving. I mean, they're shoving this shit down your throat bad right now. You turn on the news, they're talking about millennials, Gen Z. What's a Gen Z? They're getting, you guys are the prime target. Have you noticed, like, you guys that are in your late 20s, 30s, early 40s, have you ever noticed that when you watch TV commercials, those people are all your age? Have you noticed that? Everybody's your age. Ain't that weird? Because you're the target, slaves. Yeah, they opened up here. They opened up here, and they just recently. I mean, not recently, but I just didn't go. I'm not going till just now, so I'm ready. I'm ready to get back into it. It's been over a year. I got to go slow, but I'll get it back. I still, my body, muscle memory on my body is good. That's one thing about working out for years. Muscle memory. It just knows. As soon as I hit it, it'll snap right back. So I'm ready. Yeah, it's getting bad. Slaves are just terrible. It's getting real. And when I say bad, okay, let me make sure unconscious slaves understand this. First of all, we need unconscious slaves. Okay, we need you guys. We need 97% of the people in the United States in debt, looking at the debt clock. Oh my God, they go to the debt clock and they see these numbers running. They got these numbers all over the fucking screen. It's like all over the place. If you don't even, check this out so you guys understand something. If you don't even know today how much debt you're in, don't worry about the debt clock. They're talking about slaves doing that. The slaves, see that number that's running up? That's how fast slaves are going in debt. That's slavery. Once you get out of debt, you won't really pay attention to the clock because it has nothing to do with you. And believe me, that debt clock is important. I go look at it, I'm like, wow, look how fast slaves are going in debt. Holy shit. How can I get in on that? Damn, Apple. Damn, Amazon. Damn. You guys are kicking ass. What's that one dude? That one movie that it's like a debt movie. He's like, I love bubble gum and kicking ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum or something. I think that's hilarious. That wrestler said that. All right, let me. This is not going to be a too long one because I just wanted to get on these categories. All right, here's a link. If you guys have any questions, if you want some free advice, some advice that can be verified with your calculator, and even red with red, it sound like you're in Canada. Red, the the systems are the same, just different rules. Okay, that's all. Canada's based on debt too, same as U.S. So the only difference between the U.S. economy and the Canadian economy are rules, but it's the same underlying rules. It's based on the majority being in debt. That's what it is. So if I went over to Canada to live, Canada says, hey, you see this colored paper money? Yeah, this is what we use here. We don't use green pieces of paper here. I say, okay, all right. Here, this is our tax system. If you do this, you have to pay this. All right, cool, whatever. All right, then I come back to America, and America says, well, Canada used a different color paper, but we use green paper here. Okay, well, cool, shit. This is our IRS tax system. This is what you got to do to play here. All right, cool. Okay, gotcha. I'm here for two. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm here for two reasons: to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. All right, yeah, I know. I thought that was funny. That was hilarious. But even that movie that he says that in, you guys got to understand that movie was years ahead of its time. I mean, you watch. Don't look at everything because, of course, that's old hairstyle. You know everything you see in it. The premise, the basic of the basis of the movie will live forever. Okay, you got to remember whoever wrote that was definitely awake. Because I watch that movie now. I'm like, damn, everything they're saying is true. Everything. Okay, yeah. Roddy Piper sure was. Paid off my CC last month. Shackles getting cut. Congratulations. 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 What's up, eclectic agitator? What's going on? A constructive code of thought, speech, and action based on the truth and facts, good logic and understanding. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, okay. Somebody just text me. Here we go. There you go. All right. There's my Cash App. You guys just jumping in the room. I'm gonna put the link in there one more time. There you go. I'm excited about these shirts, man. You guys have no idea what these shirts are gonna do. These shirts are gonna put S&D on the map. You guys, put it this way. If you guys say like you have a goal, and I remember hearing this when I was in the debt matrix. If your goal doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. I remember hearing that all the time. And I used to think, man, what is that? You when you're in the debt matrix, you really don't know what that means, right? But once you get out, so this is my goal, to be one of the biggest motivational personal finance speakers in the world. That's my goal, in the whole entire world, not just the United States, the world. Because, and this is how I know I'm going to do that, right? Any economic system based the same way as the United States of America, you can thrive. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just, again, it's just different rules, different paper. We use this paper here. You guys use that paper there. Okay, whatever. I understand the rules. You can't just come to the country and think you're going to do whatever the fuck you want. No, there's rules. No different here in the United States. When you're born, you just grow up and say, okay, this is money. This is not, yeah, but they've been here for years. Most definitely. Most definitely. What's up, Amina? I agree with you, Eclectic. I definitely agree with you. SMB will have its own page and a code book to develop. It sure will. I hope you can see it. I hope everybody can see it. I will be the largest motivational personal finance educator in the world. How do I know this? People are like, oh man, how does this dude know this? I can tell you. All right. There are millions of people in mortgage loan debt. That means millions of people believe they're homeowners with mortgages. Millions. There are millions of dollars in I'm saying millions, trillions. I'm sorry, trillions in mortgage loan debt. Trillions. Oh, I was talking about the people at first. There's trillions in mortgage loan debt, and there's trillions in car loan debt. That's millions of people that don't know. Trillions of dollars in credit card debt with a T. That's millions of people that don't know. There's $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. You better believe that number. I know that 1.7 been up there for over a year now, or I guarantee you this, you guys don't know this is going in the background, because the majority of people that had to find new jobs, they're running straight towards college education because they think college education is going to get them to wherever they're going to go to, but they don't realize they're in debt. So they're going to go deeper in debt to get a better paying job. It makes no sense. Go 30, 40,000 in debt to get a better paying job. Makes absolutely no sense. None, zero. But if you notice how all these online colleges are popping on TV, online this, go to online Scooby-Doo University, get this and that. Hey, whatever, because they know they're going to get student loan money from you, and you're going to do it. And guess what else they know you're going to do? They know, you know how student loan, when you get student loan money, you pay for school or whatever, then all of a sudden they give you an extra check. Extra from what? Extra debt, slaves. So you're going to take that money because you need it. and you're going to use it. And this is what you're going to say in your head. Oh, when I get that better job, I'm going to pay all this back. No, you're not. No, you're not. The majority, they know the majority of you will not, and they know the majority of you will die with debt. And so what they're also doing is pushing you guys into the student loan, for one of the many student loan forgiveness programs. They got a whole bunch of them, whatever, right? But put it this way. By the time you go to a student loan forgiveness program, you have already given up on ever paying back your student loans. That's where you go. That's where slaves go to financially die, because once you go into one of those programs, you're never coming out, ever, ever. You're never coming out. And if you notice all these channels, you guys can't hear, right? But the majority of these channels right now that are pushing these new FHA mortgage, they're saying, hey man, you can put $1, you can put zero on you put zero on there. That's telling them everything they need to know about you. You put zero, you pay nothing on your student loan inside the student loan forgiveness program. You will be a slave until you're dead. You're telling everybody that runs your credit report, I am a slave and I don't ever plan on paying back my student loan debt. So you can do whatever you want to. You can financially abuse me. Why? Because you got zero payments on your student loan debt, and you coming in begging for a house. This is what you're saying when you walk into the bank, and you put your, just like these channels are telling you to, you put your student loans into the IBR, the repayment program. You put it in there, and you put $1, you put zero, right? And then you go to the bank and they run your credit report begging to go deeper in debt. Hey, can I please have a loan? They're going to financially abuse you. You got debt, and then you're coming to the bank to beg for more debt, and then you got student loans and a mortgage, and you think you're a homeowner. They're financially laughing and abusing you. They're not really laughing. You just don't trust math, obviously. You're absolutely correct, Eclectic. SMD, this is what people don't really get, and this is why you guys don't really understand why I'm going to be worldwide. Everything I produce, every video I make, every t-shirt I make will withstand the hands of time. It will never get old. It will always be relevant. Everything I say that comes out of my mouth, everything will always be relevant well after I'm dead. Just like Alan Watts, all these people, when you get out of debt and you listen to those guys, they might as well have been in this time. It's the same thing. The same thing. This is how, and I tell you guys this so you guys can know. You can see this is the problem with the future thing. I know I'm all over the place, but listen, the future thing, when you're young, or you're not even young, just a person, when somebody tells you about the future, the first thing you reference is you reference TV. Oh, some kind of mystery power, sounds of the future. No, it's not that. If you want to know your future, you can know your future right now. Log into your online credit report agency or whatever, Credit Karma, Experian, and look at that large negative number. That's your future, right? That's how much you're worth today. If you don't pay that off, that's how it would be tomorrow. If you don't pay it off, that's how it will be a month from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20. That's your future right now. You can see your future right now. You understand? It's no crystal ball. You don't need a crystal ball. You just got to trust math. That's it. There's nothing else. This is how I know SMD will be worldwide. Millions of people don't know what SMD knows. Millions of people believe they're homeowners with mortgages. Millions of people think houses are running out. Millions. They think something. All those people, they're not buying any houses. They're not doing anything. They're making money for other people. We need slaves. Exactly. Young slave, old slave. You guys don't even understand it. And I want you young people to come in here when you listen to this. Don't fall for that trick. Don't think because I'm older, I'm in my first of all, don't think 50 and 51 is old. That's number one. You are young. You are new to earth. You So if you're in your 20s and you look at a person like me that's in his 50s, you're looking at it wrong. Oh, he's old. No, you're young. You're brand new to earth. I've been here. And on top of that, I know something that millions of other people don't know. Millions don't even know that. And not just in the United States, Canada, and any other country that has the same type of economic system as the US. The same thing. It doesn't matter. Young, old, we need young slaves. Don't get me wrong. You want to be a young slave, you just be a young slave. Do you hear it in my voice? Do I sound like I'm shaking? Do I sound like I'm guessing? Does it sound like I'm unsure? Does it sound, do you hear it? Do you feel it? I'm right. There is no going, and once you cross over, once you cross over, there is no going back. You're not going to wake up one day and say, oh, fuck it, I'm going to be a slave again. That doesn't happen. No, I take that back. No, that doesn't happen, because I think some people said they did and then went back and did it. So because once you cross, you say, like, you pay off your car and you're free, you're never going to finance another car for some certain reason. That's never going to happen. So when I come across people that do that, that tells me that they were never free, because you wouldn't do that. I wrote in the community area today, I said, first you have to believe it. First you have to believe in yourself before anybody else will. So I'm telling this now so you guys can see how the so-called quote future works. I'm telling you, SMD will be known worldwide. Right now, I'm telling you right now in 2021, before it happens, because I can see it. What's going to be the first step? These shirts are going to take it there first, these shirts. And then once the people see the shirts, they're going to be like, who the fuck is that on that shirt? Who's saying that? Then they're going to be like, oh, that's a YouTube symbol at the bottom. What's the name? SavingsMinusDebt. And then they're going to click on the YouTube, and then they're going to watch the videos. Because remember, I keep telling you guys, every video I've made up to this date will always be relevant. So it doesn't matter how far they go back. It doesn't matter, because it will always be relevant. It doesn't matter how I look. If I'm younger, oh, that's old news. This data, you got to understand, it doesn't matter, because math is timeless. SMD only talks about personal debt, never business debt, only personal debt. But thank you for your question. Appreciate it. I hope and do what they love. I'm working on it. But let's put it this way, though. I do want to say this to you, DA Sneak. I'm going to tell you something, okay? This is what you got to understand. First, SMD, because slaves like to mix up personal debt and business debt. Okay, so let me tell you how SMD does it. First, we work on the business of you. If you are, put it this way, if you look at a person that owns a business and it looks like they're successful, all you got to do is look at their personal credit report. Their personal credit report will tell you how their business is doing. Because if the business of them is not in order, a business outside of them cannot be in order. You think a person is going to treat their business finances better than their personal finances? No, the business of them. Because first you have to be in the business of you. What about the business of you? So if people that don't understand this, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, add up all your savings, add up all your debt, hit equal. That's how much is in the bank account of the business of you. If you still don't really get it, log into your Credit Karma, log into your Experian. There's a big, large number that's going to pop up in your fucking face. You put the negative in front of it. That's how much is in the business account of the business of you. If your student loans are older than your business, I don't care what your business is doing. It's not doing anything. You think it is, but that business, if your student loans are older than your business, you think you own the business, but the bank not only owns the business, it owns your house, it owns your car. You're just the caretaker of it. You are the manager of the business. You don't own the business. You're responsible for the taxes and upkeep, whatever, but you don't own it. That's the bank's business. Just like they own your house, your car, everything. If you have two mortgages, put it this way: if you have two mortgages on one house and you refinance your house to start a business, you don't even hear yourself. You needed a mortgage in the very first place because you didn't have any money to buy the house. Okay, that's number one, because there's only one way to buy a house, with cash. You didn't have it. You said, "Hey, bank, I need your help. Can you help me buy this house?" Yeah, the bank says, "Yeah, but we own it until you pay us back all our money." You said, "Okay, cool. How long can I have to take it back?" 30 years. Cool, whatever. It don't take 30 years to pay off a house, but if you believe it, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden now you want to start a business because all the slaves around you, "Hey man, just get a second mortgage, take that money and start a business." Okay, now you're taking two mortgages on one house. And then you come to the bank and say, "Hey, bank, I want another mortgage on the same house." The bank's going to financially abuse you. Damn. You want more than one? Okay, hey, whatever. And you want to do what? You want to own a business? Oh, that's just a down payment, right? So you need our help over there too. Yeah, we own all three. And we own your car, everything. If you're, put it this way, if your student loans are older than are your oldest debts, the bank, your whole life is an illusion. You're making payments. You have to. So don't get caught up in the title of this video, Gen X and this and that. That's all. That's all for slaves. It doesn't. Hey, I'm a millennial. You got student loans? Yeah, you're just a slave. That's it. Okay, you're a millennial who's a slave. Oh man, I'm part of Generation Z. You got student loans? Yeah, you're just a slave in Generation Z, I guess. Whatever. My mat is perfect. It's yours. Here, another. Well, I don't really get what you're saying. My mat is perfect. It's yours. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Amina says, would you advise my girlfriend to marry a slave who had a plan to pay off his debt, or should she wait till his debt is paid off? You know, when you remember, I don't know if you read that, Amina, when I said, when you let your feelings override logic, you're going to be in some trouble, especially financial trouble, when you let your feelings override logic. So I put it this way. So that person would have to prove to me that they're paying off the debt, because you can't fake paying off debt. Because this is how people in debt think. They think, "Oh yeah, I'll start." And then once they get you in and marry and you guys have kids, you guys start intertwining your life together. Now it's harder to get out because they can change. Oh man, things come. You got to remember how people in slaves think. Things come up. A lot of emergencies come up. "Oh, I can't pay that off, man. I got to do this. Oh, my friend's getting married. I got, and he's going to do it in Hawaii, but we got to pay for our own plane tickets. That's my homie. I can't miss that." And then that's what's going to happen. I strongly advise, don't marry a slave. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't tie yourself up. You got to say, "Hey," because they got to do it in reverse. "Hey, you love me? Yeah, you do. You got to show me. If you want to be with me, you got to show me. You got to pay off this debt. You have to show me." You're going to get two responses. The person's going to respond and say, "Okay, yeah, I love you enough to pay off my debt." Or you're going to get the second, "Oh, fuck that, man. That's going to take me 5 years. Do you think I'm going to wait around for 5? Nah, man. Okay, see you later." Either way, you win. Either way, you win. Either way. To get here, to get where I'm at, it takes sacrifice. I promise you guys, it takes sacrifice, not only financially, through your personal life, people in your life. I promise you, it takes sacrifice. You got to have some big fucking balls. When you get your feelings all wrapped up in it, you got to take a step back and say, "Hey, man, I love you, but if you keep going that route, man, we're going to be so deep in debt. We're never going to get out. We're never going to be able to pay off this house." You got to say that to yourself. And if you know that, you have to make the call. Either way, yeah, it's going to hurt. There's going to be feelings. There's going to be arguing. There's going to be fighting. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You got to keep pushing through. "Oh man, man, I don't know where I'm going to live. I can't afford to." Hey, whatever. It's going to be better than what you're in now. I promise you. You'll get over it. That person, whoever's wrapped up in us, they're going to be that way until they're dead. You got to understand that, till they're dead. What's up, Nick? I know, right? Hey, I like that. I like that. I'm taking that from Aaron. Generation S. See, now this is one. Thank you, Aaron. I'm gonna dedicate that to you, Aaron. I'm gonna put this on a shirt. You know how I said I'm not gonna put slave on a shirt? I'm gonna put Generation S. All right. That's a good one, man. I'm copying that right now. Now, if somebody, hey, check this out. Now, if you guys buy that shirt, I, you got to be selective of who, because they're going to ask. Okay, hey, what's Generation S? Now, whoever's asking, you got to say, are they ready to hear the truth or not? If not, you got to just leave it alone. I like Generation S. I like that. I'm generations. You're Generation S. You guys are all Generation S, all of you guys. Now, you guys are now. If you want to break it up in subcategories, because see, if you look at the thing, Generation Z, Millennials, blah blah blah, they don't know those are all subcategories. The bigger thing is Generation S, slaves. Exactly. I like that. Right. I like that. Generation S. I like that. That's definitely going to be a shirt. You see how many now, as you guys can see this happening, can you see how many SMD shirts are going to be out there? Can you imagine? I'm going to have to get eventually I'm going to have to get one of those print on demand. I'm going to have to hire one of those print on demand, because every shirt I make has to stay in the catalog. I mean, it has to be there. Like when I come up with another shirt, there's going to be 2 shirts in there. So that means I have to have every shirt I come out with, they're going to have to be in there, because people are going to come in and want the different statements. So you see how that's why SMD is going to be worldwide. Do you guys see it? LJ, I want to cut in cut on them t-shirts. Eventually I'll trademark it. Right now, I'm not really too worried about it, because people don't know what they mean. That's the one thing I love about being outside the debt matrix. These statements, you guys got to understand, millions of people don't know what these statements mean. Millions, so they don't know to say, "Hey, I'm gonna trademark that." They got to understand what it means. And if you're in debt, they will never understand what it means. They will never buy. Oh, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, for example, do you guys know how many people told me what I was doing here on the mic creating SMD is stupid? Oh man, nobody's gonna believe that. Blah blah blah. I just told the members only people I had to let go of a friend for 20 years. I had to let him go. Why? Because he was fake. I know he didn't like what I did. He used to always say little comments or whatever, until the last one he said just not too long ago. I said I had to cut him off. You know what I said? I love you. Removed them from Facebook, blocked them on the Facebook Messenger, blocked them on my regular phone, so I don't get anything. I need him to know that cannot, where I'm going, negativity in any form cannot come. None, zero, none. When I buy my house, it's going to be a house of peace. There's going to be paid off, and it's going to be no negativity, zero. I don't care who the fuck it is. You understand that? When you want to move to the next level, each thing you guys run into, like a barrier, you gotta. It's every life is about challenges. What are you gonna do to get past that? Why is it? If it's a person outside of you, that's easy. You just remove the person. The hard ones is the ones about yourself. Those are the hard ones, because you can't remove yourself. You got to look in the mirror and say, okay, how can I change this? But the barriers, the holdups, the negativity outside of you, you just remove those people. I don't give a fuck if they understand or not. Who cares? That's their problem. Oh man, you ain't about shit. You ain't about shit. See ya. Bye. I don't care what you think. Bye. Exactly. You know who would call me that, Frenchell? A close friend. Fucking jealous of you. I'm like, hey man, I'm trying to tell you. It's like when I first started getting out of debt. This is when I first started. And it's long story short. I'm gonna just say it real quick. When I first started kind of getting the energy that he was jealous, and whatever, right? When I first started getting out of debt, because when I was first getting out of debt, I was starting to discover a lot of things. I was like, oh shit, I can save money here, I can do that. Oh, I don't have to do, and then I would share it with him, and he'd be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah. And then I said, all right, cool. I mean, everybody don't have to be on board with it. I don't give a fuck, right? But then when I started doing videos and kind of saying things, he never once liked or shit, never, not even, hey man, great job. Like I said, oh, okay. All right. So, but I kept ignoring it and I kept ignoring it. And then when when we get on the phone, we talk about the same old bullshit on his side. But when I talk about my stuff, it's like, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah. Anyway, I was like, okay. And then this last straw was it. I was like, hey man, I love you. See ya. You gotta let it go. That close friend who financed the boat said, just, yeah, exactly. That's who it is. The one that financed the boat. And when he got that boat, this is how back then when he bought the boat, this is how he's my friend. When he bought the boat, you know what I said? Hey, nice boat. He took some pictures with him and his wife and his kids on it. You know what I did? I went over there and liked it. Oh wow, it looks like fun. They were doing inner tubing and all that shit. You know what I said? I wasn't over there. Oh man, you're stupid, man. Shouldn't have financed it. No, that's none of my business. But when it came to my shit, it was like, oh, I said, oh no, it's not stupid for sure. And I want you guys that are new to the channel, I want you guys to understand, I don't care what slaves think about what I say. You don't believe me, you don't trust math. That's your fucking problem. You don't trust math? Oh, okay, whatever. I guess. Shout out to Nick. When things don't add up, just subtract. I like it, man. You guys are coming up with some good ones. That's a good dating minus debt one. When things don't add up, just subtract and have debt striked out from out on the bottom. This should be the next. Oh, okay. You already said it. Oh, and then have debt. Oh, okay. No, I was looking at relationships first the first statement. But I like that. Let me get that one right there. Do you guys see how these shirts are going to be endless? It's going to be, but you got to remember, these statements that SMD family is coming up. If you're new to the channel, you're probably reading these statements that the SMD family members are writing, and you're probably thinking, what the fuck does that mean? When things don't add up, just subtract. What? What's that mean? What do you mean subtract? What you mean subtract? Strike out debt. Wait a minute. Put debt at the bottom and strike it out. What do you mean? Everybody has debt. Debt is part of life. You guys will never understand it. That's why these shirts are going to be worldwide. Mark my words. Mark my words. And I said this in the last one. These shirts will help us identify other people that know and understand how it works. You see somebody with an SMD shirt on, you're gonna know. I swear to God, you see a SMD shirt because you're rarely gonna see it. Okay, but if you happen to see another person with an SMD shirt on, and you guys look at each other, you guys are gonna give each other that look. You're gonna want to talk to each other. Hey, what's up? Hey, where you get that shirt? You buy it? Somebody give it to you. Which one? So shout out to Nick. Shout out to Nick. Nick bought 3 shirts. Are they all 3 for you? Or are you giving away some, Nick? Or what you doing, man? Why you buy 3? Or just for some family members? I'm curious or you just want 3 shirts. 3, because they all say the same statement. So I'm curious. I cut slaves off quick. Me too, Sal. I cut them off quick. But it's a little more, when I say sacrifice, it's a little more difficult if you're with somebody, when they're close. This is when feelings override logic. That's the hard part. Good luck with that shit. Good luck. You got to stay strong. It's going to be rough. It's going to be real rough. Real rough. But stay strong. Imagine LJ hiring slaves for you got to remember, to do work, like when SMD grows, right? Most likely I'm going to hire a company, but I'm going to see who's in charge of this company. If it's a big company, because right now there's so many small people open up, and there's a lot of people that are good at whatever you're looking for, right? But if they're small, that's the first question. Hey, you know what I do? Yeah, I need to know if you're in debt or not, because if you can't help me, it counts on what they're doing for me. If it's anything to do with money, the person's gonna have to be, they're gonna have to be debt free. But if it's like ads and to print some shirts, I'm not gonna say, hey, I need to see your credit report to see print, print some shirts. No. So okay, tell me, Nick, what do you, okay, wait a minute. You said what? Two for me and one for someone who needs it. I say like this because do like this, Nick. If you see somebody listen, or you kind of can feel and you hear the pauses that you're trying to wake some people up, because I sure would hate for you to give the shirt away to somebody that don't deserve it, man, because you're gonna be mad at yourself. They come, you give them a shirt and then they come rolling up in a brand new finance car. You're gonna be like, damn, man, can you give me that shirt back? But shout out to Nick. Thank you for your support, sir. I like the people that just know, like, put it this way. This is what I've been envisioning, right? When I get on some big stage somewhere, right? The early people that have been supporting me early, I'm gonna reach out to you, man. I'm gonna bring you guys up on stage and I'm gonna say, hey, these are the people that have been supporting me since day one. So I hope you guys get ready. I don't know where it's gonna be, but it's gonna be in someplace warm. But that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna look at you all. I'm gonna say, see, I told you. You guys can all do the same thing. I already told you this was gonna happen. And people come across the shirts and they be like, man, look at what makes this shirt so, the statements. You are paying for the statement. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for a shirt that's going to be unlike any other shirt with statements never seen before, ever. And you never will. Well, I'm not gonna say you never will. That's pure ego to say you never will, but very rarely you'll see it. But me personally, I've been here 51 years on Earth. I've never seen shirts like the S&D shirts ever. That never have. Well, would I see it if I was in debt? Hmm. Well, I would never. I would. I guess I would remember it if I saw a shirt and say, "I don't know what that means." I don't know. I don't know. A shirt. Then again, slaves will look at something, if they don't understand what it means, it just goes right out of their brain. Especially if they got their phones too. They're too busy to really bother. They might look up, see, say like this, say like you're going into some kind of office building, and you go into the waiting area, everybody's on their phone. And as soon as the door opens up, everybody likes to look up and see who's walking in the door, right? Now you come walking in with an S&D shirt on, they read your shirt, they got the phone in their hand to look up to see what that means, right? Or see who SMD is, right? But they're not. They're going to read it and say, oh, that's stupid. And then they're going to go back to their videos, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, right? All that's important, though. Don't get me wrong. People looking at their phones, staying busy, looking at all these social media, that's important. Because if you want to see this is how it is when you get out of the debt matrix. This is a perfect example. Same scenario. You go into some kind of building with a waiting area, right? Okay. You look at all the people in there. Don't take your phone out of your pocket. Keep your phone in your pocket. I just want you to look around the room and see everybody plugged into the matrix. Everybody's going to be looking at their phones, looking at bullshit, right? Everybody's going to seem like they're just so busy, and just look. And then especially the people with kids, just watch them. See how they watch their kids. They're going to be so plugged into the matrix they can't unplug. That's important. Keep them busy while we looking around. It's the same scenario. You look around, you see what's going on while they're not looking. Then it says, bought a hybrid and car in cash so I can really save some money on. Congratulations, Dennis. What'd you get? A Prius? You said hybrid, so I'm assuming what, a Toyota? What'd you get? Because people that buy, oh no, hybrids mix the gas and electric. Okay, so who makes hybrids? There's a whole bunch of manufacturers make hybrid. What kind of hybrid did you get? I'm assuming a Toyota. That's what I'm assuming. Right? Never seen it. And you are drastically younger than me, Amina, and you haven't seen it. I'm 51. I haven't seen it. That's why these shirts are going to be so rare and never get old, ever. And then when the winter comes, I'm going to come out with sweatshirts. This is endless. Completely endless. There are no limits. And I want you guys that are just crossing over, I want you guys to understand this. There are no limits. The only limits that are set are the ones that you create in your mind. I remember hearing that when I was in the debt matrix too, from motivational speakers. You know, they're like, "Hey, you set limits in your mind." Well, you kind of hear it, but you don't know what that means. That shit is true. Once you realize there are no limits, the only limits that you create are in your brain, and the limits are the people in your life. You got to remove all the ones causing limits. Once you remove those people, and then you can concentrate on yourself, remove those limits, then you're free. Once you're free, there's no going back. You look at these categories like this, like the title of this video. You're like, oh, that's so stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. Which generation don't trust math? All of them. Generation S. All of them. Generation slaves. If you believe you're a subcategory, hey, I guess you believe you're a millennial. Whatever. I don't. Who cares? As long as you're making payments, okay? As long as you're keeping the economy going, because it could not exist without you. You guys are the engine. Without you, the housing market couldn't exist. Credit card companies sure in the fuck couldn't exist. Car lots, they wouldn't exist. You look at CarMax. You think CarMax lots and so many CarMax they're that big because people are paying cash? No, people are financing cars. Always on their phones. Always. I went to IHOP with my mom. She and I were the only ones not on our phone. It was so weird. Even the kids had their little iPad. Ain't that true? Ain't that a trip? And I saw that too. I mean, when I go to a IHOP or whatever, right? The, the parents will bring in their kids and then set them up in a chair or something, with a pad in front of them while they're on their phones too. It just isn't breakfast for you guys to enjoy and talk to each other. Yeah, no, I don't do none of that. My phone stays in the car. There's no reason for me to bring it in. I'm eating. Oh, a Toyota Highlander. Oh, I like those Highlanders. I like a Highlander. Congratulations, man. My future car is a Tesla. I don't know when I'm gonna get it because I'm getting a house first before I get a Tesla. Gabriel says, LJ, I like the posts and the pictures you put on YouTube. You're definitely in a whole different level. I appreciate it, Gabriel. Gabriel's gonna be a monster here. He's gonna be ruthless. Gabriel's gonna be ruthless. You got a credit card, you should die. You get death. Why? I just opened the. You get death. Why, Gabriel? Why death? I don't. You just get death. Then he's gonna say it in Spanish to you so you can really understand it. They sure are raising the kids. All part of Generation S, Generation slaves. Kids are gonna grow up and think that's normal. Hey, we use the iPads at the dinner table. That's normal. We've been doing that since babies. Yes, you have. You're right, but it's not normal. Only normal for slaves. You better believe that might be the next shirt, Generation S. It probably won't sell that well because only S&B family members know. Only S&B family members will know what is Generation S? What's that? I don't know. I'm still thinking about what the next shirt's gonna be, man. I'm trying to correlate it to the time or where we're in. Like right now, the housing market is hot, right? So they think it's hot, right? But so if I make the next shirt like mortgage versus renters, right? And then at the bottom of it, renters know they're renting. See, right now, if I do that shirt next, right now it would be really, really relevant because the housing market is the way it is, and they're so scramble brain trying to get a house and get loans. They come across a person wearing that shirt and they be like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Renters know they're renting. Mortgage versus renters. Renters know they're renting, or mortgage versus renter. I'm thinking about using renters because in the second sentence it says renters know they're renting. I like that. Renters know that. Yeah, renters know they're renting. So that's what I was thinking. First, I was thinking mortgage versus rent, right? Because slaves love to talk about that but I put in mortgage versus renters, and then the second line, renters know they're renting. They'd be like, what do you mean renters know they're renting? You can finance a Tesla. And I know that's funny. You know what's so crazy? To Teslas, we were just talking about that the other day. People who finance Teslas, you're not saving money on gas, okay? Because you're financing. Let me. If you're listening to this video later, which will be relevant, and you probably finance a Tesla, right? Oh, this is what I do. This is what I do too. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that love to tell you how much money they're saving in gas when they bought their Tesla, right? When I go to other channels, I go in the comments and say, "How did you buy your Tesla?" All of them has says leased and financed. All of those people telling you, check this out, so you guys can really understand something. Everybody that's doing a review on a Tesla, telling you how much they're saving on a Tesla and they financed it, they're telling you wrong, because if they're financing, they're not saving anything. So if you own a Tesla and you financed it, this is what I want you to do. Open up your calculator, and you think you're saving money on gas. Open up your calculator so you don't think I'm tricking you. Put in your payment, put in your car payment minus your car balance and hit equal. That's how much gas you're saving. That's how much money you're saving in gas right there. And then on top of that, this is what you really don't know. On top of that, when you get a Tesla, you got to go to the supercharger station and sit there for 30 minutes to an hour. What if you had to go pump, somebody told you go get some gas, right? Would you be cool with sitting at the gas station for an hour for pumping your gas? No, you wouldn't be cool. You know why you accepted with a Tesla? Because you don't own the time in your life. If you own the time in your life, you would not accept that. So people that pay Teslas in cash, they have superchargers at home because they know they're not going to waste their time sitting at a station. First of all, you got to wait in line. It depends on where you live. So not only do you got to wait for a station to open, when you get there, you also got to wait again. So you're waiting well over an hour to put electricity in your car. Are you insane? There is no way I would do that. No way. People who buy Teslas in cash, excuse me, I'm sorry about that, have the money to put a supercharger in their house. That's funny. I like that. Generation S. If you want to be successful in business, make sure the business of you is in business, and anything outside of you will be the same, right? So put it this way, so you can. I don't really talk about outside, but this is what you should do. Get out of debt first. Now, when you're out of debt, when you go to create a business, you won't be driven by money. You'll be driven by earning your customers' trust. A lot of slaves that go open business, they're money hungry. Everybody's trying to sell slaves something. Don't you notice that? Everybody's trying to sell slaves. They're used to that. What they're not used to is people earning their trust. Slaves don't trust people. They think everybody's trying to rip them off. So you come and do the opposite. You come out, you earn their trust. And then when it's time for you to sell, of course they're going to trust me. They know you're not going to rip them off. Whatever you're selling, you're not going to take their money and run. They know that. Do the opposite of the majority. You earn people's trust. You earn their trust, they'll buy whatever you sell. And when you create your business, guess when it's time for you to hire an accountant or some kind of financial lawyer or something, you're going to ask them, are you in debt? Especially your tax person, your accountant. You're not going to hire a business accountant who's in debt. Hey, I've been a CPA for 20 years and blah, 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 blah. You're going to be like, you got car payments? No, you're going to be like, no, you go do it this way. This is what you do. Say like you're going to go hire a business accountant, okay? You go to their office. You walk in, you're like, oh, this is a nice office. You look at everything around, see if it's all nice furniture, because slaves love to post their degrees on the walls. You walk in, you see their pretty degrees, and then you take a gaze at the year they graduated. Okay, don't forget, because the year they graduated is always on the diploma. Okay, so you look at the year they graduated, and then you walk in and you go, "Oh, this is nice," blah blah blah. Then they're going to tell you their history and their customer service and blah blah blah. And then you say, "Oh, you went to so and so college? Yeah." This might be a weird question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Do you still have your student loans? If they say yes, that's a problem. You go, okay, you do? All right. I got to ask you another question. What year did you open this business? And they're gonna tell you. They're gonna like, wait a minute. You've been having student loans for 20 years, but your business is 5 years old or 10 years old. Your student loans are older than your business, but you want to do the accounting for my business? Hell no, I'm leaving. I mean, don't say it like that. It's still business, but you just explain it to them because they're going to be confused. You're going to be like, why are your student loans older than your business? And you're an accountant. You are trained in math. You can't get that degree if you didn't pass math. Trust equals consistent character and competence. You better believe that. And what people don't really understand either is that your personal credit report, people's personal credit reports tells you about them more than just finances. You could see if they're a fraudster, if they rip people off, if they got restitution, you could see it all. You'd be like, hey, what's up with all that? Say it like this. Say like you start dating a person and you see the person, oh, they're so nice and this and that, and they're so good. And then you say, hey, by the way, before we take it a step further, I need to see your personal credit report. But you'll probably know before that. Usually slaves give away themselves well before you even asking for the personal credit report. But it's more for you if you're going to keep that relationship, you're going to pursue the relationship further, or you're just going to keep it physical. It's totally up to you. But if you know, say like you're just attracted to them physically, but they're in deep in debt, you're just going to be clear with them. By the way, if we do this, it's just going to be sex. I'm not going to just be seeing you. I'm going to be seeing other people too. Okay. Every time we have sex, we're always going to use protection every single time. Okay. So if you come back and say, hey, latex, I'm allergic to latex. So I guess you're allergic to sex with me then, because we're not having sex without it. I know you guys think I'm joking, but it's true. Exactly. I mean, direct is the way to go. That's for everybody, and it's hard. Especially say like you're in a relationship and one wakes up. The best way, you're gonna fight, you're gonna argue. There is no way out of that. But I promise you this: stay direct. Don't say, well, if you don't get your debt together, no, you're gonna do that, or it's over. There are no options to not get out of debt. That's the way it is. Because a lot of people, especially it's men though. You'll come across a woman and she might just lay it down on you. Everything starts changing up. But when if you're having sex and you find out and she got $200,000 of student loan debt, but she's really good in bed, that won't even change your mind. It doesn't matter. So what? I don't care how good you are in bed. Oh, you want to stop? Yeah, okay, we can stop. Oh, you don't want no more of this good? Nope, I guess not. Why? Because you want more and it's not going to be more. So we might as well just stop. I don't care what your body look like. I don't care what you can do. So what? You got 200. Linnell, why are you so late? You got $200,000 worth of student loan debt. Just even thinking about that, I might shrivel up into my stomach. That's how bad it is. You guys don't even really. People walk around with $100,000, $200,000 of student loan debt. You think it's nothing? Yes, it's everything. Because I fell for it many times, Amina. That's why. But I'm a different man now. She allergic to latex? I will go into the kitchen. Let's Netflix and chill. I'm allergic to latex. I know, right? I know. I'm allergic to latex. What a coincidence. No, if you say I am too, that means you must be saying you're good to go. No, I don't want no no mistakes. I'm gonna say, are you allergic to latex? Yeah, then we ain't having sex. Mom, it says, could you please, sir, give me advice on if I will open my own business, but I will take a loan or depend on my regular job for money. At least I own myself, but the project, if it fails, I will be broke. Well, first you gotta, if you, first thing I think, are you in debt or not, Mohammed? Are you in debt? Because first you worry about the business of yourself. They're trapped mentally. Yes, they are. T says most people in their 20s not turning it down. No, nope, they're not. And see, when you're young, you don't really understand the power if you control sex. You know, like when you're young, you see TV, porn. Nobody, no young person ever wonders why is porn free. Why come we can just watch it free? Because that's what they want you to like. They want you to think sex. You just, it is what it is. You got to have it, and that's the only way. No, that's not. None of that is true. It's. I promise you, it's not. None of that is true. You got to know, especially a young man, the power of if you get in control of it. That well, you don't need it. You don't think you need it. You think you do, but you don't need it. You think you do, but the power to control it. You get out of debt, it's easy. It's easy. When you're in debt, you don't really understand that. You're like, oh man, I got to get that ass. And you see a woman, the first thing you look at that ass. No, you got to find out if she's in debt. That'll make your decision. You don't have to be a player. You can just be honest. Hey, we can do this, but we're not going any further. Why, Linnell? Why? Because you're in debt, slave. That's why. So I'm not against business loans, right? I'm definitely business debt is different than personal debt. So if you're not in debt and you know what you're doing, I mean, because by the way by the way you directed your question, it sounds like you're unsure about the business. What are you doing? Is this business strictly for money? Are you want to do this business because somebody said you can make a lot of money in it? Is that what it is? Okay. Oh, what's up, Beauty Jock? I can see you sneaking here. Ain't no D, ain't no D that good. That's some expensive stuff. I'd be like, you better finance me. See, I want everybody to know it does. This power goes for men and women, but it's even. This this power is even more stronger for women because how can I describe it? It's more strong for because men always try to impress women with stuff, cars, houses, job titles, stuff like that. But if a woman is debt free, she understands if they're making payments on any of that, it's not theirs. They're just a slave. But the men don't know that. So imagine you come across a woman that said like she's physically attracted to you, right? And she wants to get with you too, right? But she's gonna make it clear, hey, this is just fucking. Oh, girl, I bring it. I bring the D, and he whips out. He might got a big long whatever, right? He comes out, but you got $200,000 worth of student loan debt to go with that D. That it don't mean anything. And you know how that would just shatter a dude's ego. Ego will shatter it. Oh, she ain't tripping. Once I get it, man, she gonna change her mind. No, she's not. No, she's not. That goes for men too. You're not gonna change your mind. That's not gonna happen. But the guys, they impress women with stuff. They think they impress the women that don't know with stuff. Okay, the jewelry, the clothes. Hey, I got this. I do this. Hey, man, you making payments on that? Yeah, yeah. That don't mean shit. You're just living the American dream. My business will be out selling car parts. Oh shit, I got to get off. I mean, if that's what you want to do, Mohammed, that's what I'm trying to ask you. Is that your dream, or you just doing it for money, or somebody told you you're gonna make a lot of money from it, or what? What you tell me? Exactly, reigning woman. You're not gonna change. It's not gonna change your mind. Sorry, you're in debt because eventually that sex, however good the sex is, it's gonna wear off. It's gonna change, and then you're gonna like, okay, see you later. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I told you that from the beginning. Oh, girl, we've been fucking around for a year. I know that. That don't mean anything. Did you pay off your debt yet? No. Then what does a year mean anything? It doesn't mean anything. That means we've just been having good sex. That's it. Oh, you thought since we've been fucking for a year, you thought it was going to change. Nope. I told you from day one. Before we start, you are in debt. Unless you pay that debt off, this relationship is not going anywhere but this. I want to make sure you understand. And imagine being the woman, all right? You get done having sex, and right after you're done having sex, you instead of, like people like to have that pillow talk, you turn to him and say, by the way, this changes nothing. Can you imagine a woman saying that to you every time you got done having sex? By the way, they'd be like, they'll go back to their homie, nigga, man, every time we get done fucking, she says this changes nothing. Have you ever heard that shit before? Nah, nigga, I ain't never heard that before. I know you haven't. That goes for the men too. Men, it goes for you too. Every time you done, you let them know from the beginning, this is only gonna be sex. Why? You have $200,000 worth of student loan debt. Every time you're done, you guys talk the little pillow talk. You throw it in there whenever. You make sure you do it. By the way, this changes nothing. Oh, you're so cold. You're so rude. You a rude motherfucker. Hey, let them call you all the names they want, because slaves love to ramble. They love to do stuff like that. You just look at them. Don't get upset. You just look at them and say, I don't care what you call me. It changes nothing. Okay? So just let you know. Slavemanship. Yeah, we got to make that flow a little more. Slavemanship. I like it. Generation. Slaver. I don't know. We'll come up with something. But can you imagine? Ooh, that would be made, man. That would be hardcore. Get done. It might be a bomb session too, right? Bomb ass session. Oh, you guys breathing. Oh man, was that good for you? Oh yeah, that was awesome. Damn, you are just ooh. Your girl be like, oh, nigga, you blew my back out. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I'm the man, girl, I'm the man. He throw on 50 Cent. Girl, I'm the man. You know I'm the man. As soon as the song's over, she turns to, by the way, that changes nothing. What? That changes nothing what? This situation. It is what it is. I'm not just doing you. I'm seeing other people. That nigga be like, oh my God, damn, you are cold. She's gonna try and have a baby. Oh yeah, that one. Can you imagine? That will not happen. That's what I'm saying. You will never biologically tie yourself to a slave. Like at least financially, you can break up, pay the bills, and be done. You biologically tie yourself to a slave, you're there in the next 18 years minimum. Inside of court, inside of courtrooms, like God damn, I'm in here because of my motherfucking dick. Oh my God. Slave is power bombing his way into her box like Melvin did Juanita in the movie Baby Boy. Oh yeah, I love Baby Boy. I love that movie. That was good. Rainy Woman says he like why can't we be more because there's too much between us, too much debt, ninja. I know. Can you imagine? Imagine. Okay, a guy. Imagine. You guys are done. She's laying there naked. It's sweaty. You guys just got done tearing it up. And she turns to you and says, she turned to you, the branding woman says, because there's too much debt between us. That's why. Too much debt. What that got to do with, girl? I just laid it on you. What that got to do with debt? I never heard this kind of pillow talk. I know you haven't. Woo, man, that'll be like the movie, when Boomerang, when Eddie Murphy grabbed the covers, when what's her name left some money at the nightstand for him, he pulled the covers up to his chin. That's how you would leave a nigga like that. Oh my God, I've never experienced that before. Oh my, no woman's ever told me that before. Oh man, that would be hilarious. That'd be some crazy pillow talk. Crazy, like, hey, I think they would stop pillow talking because they know after every session, that's what you're going to say. They probably be like, why you keep saying that every time? Oh, I'm just trying to make sure it's clear. I don't want you to confuse good sex with anything outside of this bedroom. I don't want you to confuse with that. Girl, you know how many girls want me. They know this dick is good. Well, whatever, they can have it. They don't know what comes with it. $200,000 worth of student loan debt. I don't know how we got off. I don't know how we got off on that, but it all ties together. I'm just trying to save you young people from a lot of divorce and heartache. You guys understand when you're in your 20s, early 30s, whatever, do you know how much heartache S&D is about to save you? Because the majority of slaves marry other slaves. That's what they do. That's why, hey, the number one reason for divorce is money. No, it's not. It's debt. Here's the pattern. Two slaves, college educated slaves, I'm gonna use those for example, two college educated professional slaves deep in student loan debt, two of them get together. Now on the outside to slaves, it looked like, ooh, look, that's a power couple. Look at them, right? But on the other side, they're two slaves in debt. This is what they're doing. Then they go get a big house, nice cars. Now, guess what? They're spending hours at work. They're not even staying in the same house that they bought because they're always at work. And guess what happens? All of a sudden they meet somebody at work that better relates to them, because you got to remember the person they meet at work is probably at work just as much as them. And they're slaves too. They're probably married too. This is how all the fucking around happens, right? But slaves don't know that. And then they get together and say, oh, man, she understands me better than you. Why? Because you spend more time at work than home? Is that why? Yeah, because you guys are slaves. And then two slaves get together and they think it's going to be something different than the previous relationship. And then they get together. Guess what? They're at work too. The cycle continues. Right. That $200,000 sausage. All right, you guys, we're gonna break this off now. I'm already over my time limit. My alarm went off and I'm still rolling. Didn't mean to go that long. But hey, okay, here's the shirt. One more time. Here's the link. If you guys didn't get it, if you're new to the channel, start getting the shirts now, because they're only gonna go up from here. I'm not saying I'm gonna increase the price after the shirt, but I'm just saying the more popular they become, the more they will. The shirt price is not gonna go down from here. It's gonna go up from here. All right. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. I'm just saying in the future, because they're going to be unique. All right. All right, Andre, what's up, man? Coming. I don't know if you were here already, but thank you for jumping in. Let you be known. Sal's, appreciate you. Amina, Reigning Woman, Monique, E-Man. I don't know if Bob Brown, what's up? What's up? T. Mohammed, appreciate it. Gabriel, Dennis. What's the name jumped in here for a second? She always comes in and says a word or two and then she cuts out. Oh, I think she cuts out. I can't remember. Where's she at? Oh, the Beauty Jock. What's up? All right, there we go. Car parts are good business in 2030s. All you got to do is kick back and watch. All right, everybody. Appreciate everybody jumping in today. This is a good session. I like sessions like this. This is a good one. Kind of all over the place, but some good dating minus debt stuff, which we'll get into later. Those shirts will be, when these shirts get rolling, we're going to come out with dating minus debt shirt statements. That's going to be blowing people's minds away. You know, what did you say, Amina, just the other day or yesterday? You said exchange before exchanging vows, exchange credit reports. When they see that on a shirt, they're gonna be like, what does that mean? All right, everybody. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. I'll let you guys later. Bye.